On the line with us is Melissa Fitzgerald, the Senior Director of Justice for Vets, and Bill Rausch, the Executive Director of Got Your Six. Do I have that right, Melissa and Bill?
Yes, you
Absolutely.
do, Tom.
Okay, great. Great to have you both with us. So, Melissa, tell us about Justice for Vets.
Well, we champion veterans treatment courts, and it's our mission at Justice for Vets to ensure that when our veterans return and struggle with the transition home, they receive the structure, treatment, and mentoring they need to get their lives back on track. And they are working like gangbusters. It is our mission to put a veterans treatment court within reach of every veteran in need.
That sounds marvelous. Bill, tell me about Got Your Six.
Absolutely. Well, for the listeners who ever served in the military, they'll know that the phrase "Got Your Six" is military slang for "I've got your back." Right. And so for us at Got Your Six, our mission is to empower veterans in order to strengthen communities across the nation. So if we think about what ails us as a nation right now, and I think there's a lot, certainly given what's happened over the past several weeks and months, our charge is to take advantage of the 250,000 men and women who leave the military every year. And through empowering them during their transition, they not only serve their communities and strengthen communities, but then they strengthen and they serve themselves through employment, education, health, and other critical areas.
So how do we accomplish the goals of both of your organizations? Is this, are you all government funded? Are you private charities? Are you lobbying for particular types of legislation that might accomplish these goals?
Well, we are both, and we want community support. We want support throughout the country, and we are getting it. And what's exciting about our issue is that there's bipartisan support on behalf of drug courts, veterans treatment courts, and both of us are here to ensure, and we will be in Philadelphia next week at the DNC, we are here to ensure that veterans issues, that criminal justice reform from my part, remain and continue the positive momentum that we already have. And we are very excited about that. And the reason that we have bipartisan support for both of our groups is that they're working. Our veterans are our greatest and most valuable civic assets, and we need them back home in our communities, and veterans treatment courts ensure that we get our healthy veterans back in our neighborhoods.
Okay. And Bill, you want to
Absolutely
answer the same question, essentially?
No, I'd love to. I mean, our biggest supporters are individual Americans. And so through other partnerships with Macy's, who's one of our biggest funder, consumers have the opportunity to donate to Got Your Six at the cash register at point of purchase. We also have folks that write us, $8 checks every month. And then we have some corporate sponsors as well. So there's a variety of support for us financially. In terms of how we achieve our goals, we do it a few different ways. One, we work on perception shift. We know that based off of our research, most Americans don't know veterans and they view us as broken or heroic, this duality that isn't that accurate. And so it prevents, frankly, us sometimes transitioning very well. But again, more broadly, it prevents the country from taking advantage of the opportunity of those 250,000 folks that are transitioning every year. And then we also work with a nonprofit coalition which Justice for Vets are in and are tremendous leaders of the veteran empowerment movement, to really focus on not only transitioning veterans, but a principles-based approach focused on empowerment, impact, and community, where we think about serving those who served us. And so individuals who go into the criminal justice system, these people aren't broken, right? These folks are just like any other American that's going through a tough time. And so how do we support them, right? How do we empower them? Because coming out of the system, and the great thing about veteran treatment courts is they work, baby.
Yeah,
they're phenomenal. And that individual comes out the other end and, hey, now they're a teacher, they're a coach, they're running for president maybe.
Absolutely. And we have these incredible stories of men and women who are completing these programs, and they're completing them at incredible rates. The success of veterans treatment courts is really unparalleled.
It is.
And they're returning to our communities. One of my very dear friends is now executive director of a national nonprofit that helps veterans called the Independence Fund.
Yeah.
Another friend is a very big spokesperson for veterans issues, and he's working back in veterans treatment courts to give back and to help other veterans get the same opportunities that he got. And that is so inspiring to see. And certainly I know they support us in doing our work, and they're supporting the country. And it is exciting to be part of that. And, as Bill said, the men and women who are participating in the Veterans Treatment Court are not a problem. They're at a moment in their lives when they're having a problem. given the structured treatment and mentoring that they get in a veterans treatment court, they are thriving. And it's thrilling to be part of something that's working. And honestly, if people want to support the work that we're doing or learn more, you can go to our websites. And ours is justiceforvets.org. And it's all spelled out, no numbers, justiceforvets.org. Unlike Got Your Six, which is...
Got Your Six, the number 6, .org. That's Got Your Six, the number 6.org.
All right. Bill, you said that most people don't know a vet. In America. That would be very different if we did what many European countries do and have a national service program where you must serve your country for a year after high school. It could be military or it could be civilian, but in exchange for that national service, then you get trade school or college or something like that. It's essentially a national draft. Do either of you want to comment on that, or if you would rather just stay away from things that might be considered political? I totally understand.
No, I'll jump in on that. I mean,
have at it, Bill.
Yeah,
we have 1 minute.
Well, I mean, a couple things. One, conceptually, I mean, that's not going to happen right now based off the size of our military. I mean, So, I mean, with sequestration over the last 2 years, we've removed the equivalent of the British Army from the United States Army. So, I mean, our Army is the smallest it's been in a generation. And so, I mean, I just bring that up as the context of this big idea of a draft. But I also say there are other ways to serve your country, right? Joining the military is one, but national service. You think about AmeriCorps. You think
that was my point. That if you have to take a year, you can join the military or you can go volunteer in a hospital or work in a hospital for a year. But you've got to give a year to year. But then you'd have a lot more people becoming vets. You'd have that national profile that we had in Congress, for that matter, with vets in Congress after World War II. Anyhow, we're out of time. Great work that you're both doing. Melissa Fitzgerald, the Senior Director. Thank you. Senior Director with Justice for Vets, and Bill Rausch, the Executive Director with Got Your Six, and the number 6. Thank you both. And we'll be back.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.